We are 5 Live. I'm Bobby T, and I'm coming at you with a new wrestling update. So this week has been pretty nuts so far. There have been a few big movements and some things we've really been waiting for. Took a bunch of notes this week, so let's dive right in. Alright guys, so the first thing that happened that I just went nuts for is Ricochet is here. It's official. Ricochet has now signed with the WWE and is on his way, or for that matter, at the WWE Performance Center right now, along with another NJPW team that has just come over, and that is War Machine. So we are going to see some pretty serious big man matches. Can't wait to see AOP versus War Machine. War Machine versus Sanity is going to be another great one. Love to see Killian Dane in that mix. We're really going to see a lot of good matches coming up here pretty soon. Don't know if they're going to be keeping their names exactly, but that's the WWE way. They are going to more than likely change the name. So we're going to see what happens with them. But Ricochet is the real winner here. My question to everybody here watching, leave here in the comments, what are some of those fantasy matches you want to see with Ricochet? Ricochet Finn, Ricochet AJ, as always. Him versus Aleister Black would be amazing. Even Velveteen Dream would be a pretty phenomenal match. So leave your comments down here in the message board, and we'll definitely talk about that in our upcoming live episode. So a couple quick things from last night's Raw, which really kind of cracked me up, is Braun Strowman's Strowmanian ability to, I guess, destroy and lift everything. He flipped over a truck. What's funny is if you do look in the second cut, they did a lot of cuts in that one. So second or third cut, you will see the actual line attached to the truck so that they could pull it up and flip it. It's a blink of an eye, but look for that rope. It is there. It is pretty funny, but I love the bit. I am a kayfabe fan, as we all know, so keep on going. I want to see Braun Strowman rip places down brick by brick if that's what he wants to do, because he's Braun. Another really funny thing from last night was Dash Wilder saying that he's not a sports entertainer, he's a wrestler. And that I popped for that one in my living room late at night. Baby T's sleeping and I'm yesing in my living room. So really happy with that. Vince, he's not so happy. Check out Wilder's Twitter. It's pretty funny. He actually addresses this. We're going to jump over real quick to some N.E.W. news. The Northeast Wrestling, it's local to us. We really do enjoy it. Saturday night, they had a big event called Over the Top, Wrecking Ball Legursky being the winner of that 30-man battle royal. Glacier made an appearance. It was awesome, so much fun, really great crowd. Match of the night goes to Joey Mercury versus Flip Gordon. That was kind of a given. Bloodbath. Flip loses by DQ but does retain the N.E.W. championship because you don't lose it on a DQ. He juiced everywhere. I'm talking, this was a good-sized bloodbath. If you get out there on their website, I believe they have some pictures of it, definitely pictures on their Twitter, and if you can find some video, check it out. We had a friend actually in the crowd live streaming it as the Flip Gordon match went on, and the Battle Royal, phenomenal. Definitely get out there and check them out. So next up on the card here, we have some big news coming out of Impact. We do know that they had moved to Canada after the we'll just say the messiness of TNA. They've dropped the TNA name. They are officially, and Global Force, they are officially just Impact. They are located up in Canada. That was number one. Number two, they've just recently had a partnership with Twitch, and they're going to have a 24-hour WWE Network style service that's going to be available through Twitch, and it's going to have all their events and all their live stuff. It's a way for them to get out there on a platform that really is moving forward. On that, also, we're going to see a show by Jeremy Borash. I'm going to guess something the podcast style to keep everybody up on. Also, Tyrus is getting a show, and Josh Matthews. That stuff's all in the works. So that'll be really interesting to see what Tyrus Smash has to say. Will it be wrestling based? Will it be politics? Will it be kind of the character he's putting out there currently on Fox News and MSNBC and all the places he's been? I don't know if he's been on NBC, but you know what I mean. So Dave Meltzer has weighed in and given his star rating on the brand new Wrestle Kingdom 12. He gave Okada versus Naito, I believe, a 4.25 or 4.5, and he gave the Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho, Alpha versus Omega match, a solid 5. I do agree. I still think my favorite match on that whole card was the Will Ospreay, Marty Scurll, that four-way match for the title. That was one of my favorite matches. Also, the tag team, the Gauntlet tag team 3-man, 6-man title, whatever it was. Teams everywhere. Every faction was represented. Bullet Club wins it back the next night, but it got a really low star rating because it's all just nonsense. There was no storytelling. There was no build. It was all just bam, 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 and then the match was over. But I enjoyed it. It was really fun. Considering it was one of the worst matches on the card, it's still better than most things I've seen recently. One thing that Meltzer also announced is that coming up, we were going to see, he's kind of spilled the beans on this, and we'll move into this next, in our NJPW update, is we're going to see Jericho versus Okada. Well, first we're going to have to see Jericho versus N.E.W, which is another thing. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but that is the prediction right now from Meltzer. He also predicted that at WrestleMania 34 this year, we are going to see possibly Taker's final match in The Undertaker versus John Cena. And that is a ticket buyer. People are going to go nuts for that. I personally don't prefer that kind of match, but all the fans out there disagree with me. So if you disagree, leave it down here in the comments and tell me I'm a stupid idiot. I've also got notes. So we do know that Jericho will be sticking around the NJPW a little bit longer. Meltzer had announced that we will be seeing Jericho versus Okada, but when we will see that, I don't exactly know. We're going to need to see Jericho versus N.E.W first, and that will be happening on March 25th. Suzuki figures in this somewhere, as he has to. Goto currently holds the Never Openweight title, so Suzuki is floating out there. I believe we're going to see Naito versus Suzuki to help Naito move back up. We won't see Naito versus Omega unless it's a little one-off match. Reason being, we're going to see some inter-faction warfare going on within the Bullet Club, which has been laid forth as we see between Cody and Omega. Rumor has it, now this is a big rumor, that at All In, we're going to see the possible blow-off match between Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. Either way, it's going to be a phenomenal match, and this will be for the leadership of the Bullet Club, which seems to always be in contention, whether it's Tama Tonga arguing it or Kenny arguing it, or someone's always arguing leadership here. So the match that I think is going to break me, I know that much, is going to be Junior IWGP champion Will Ospreay versus Peter Dunne. I cannot wait. The UK champion versus the IWGP Junior Heavyweight champion is going to be beyond compare. We know these guys are spot monkeys. We know they can sell. We know they can build. This, I'm going to call early 6 stars, 5.5, 6. I cannot wait for this. I'm getting goosebumps as I say. You guys can't really see it, but my bald head's all bumpy here. Leave here in the comments if there's anything really that you're looking to see from this match. I think we're going to see all of it, including possibly a kitchen sink being thrown in, hit over someone's head, and then some kind of crazy move being done on said kitchen sink. This is going to be phenomenal, so definitely tune into that. It has been a pretty crazy week of wrestling so far, guys. I cannot wait to see what else we have in store for us. It is only Tuesday for me here. Be sure to tune into our Wednesday show at 10:30, where we are going to be wrapping up all of this, plus Raw and Smackdown and NXT and any other rumors that are floating around between now and tomorrow. We have 36 hours, so we're going to see what happens here. We will be, news for some of our listeners and watchers, we will be releasing a audio version of our Wednesday and Saturday toy show, Wednesday being wrestling, Saturday being toys, an audio only version, so it'll be more like a podcast, less data heavy like YouTube is. So be sure to keep an eye out for that, and we will be posting new stuff to our Patreon pretty soon. That's patreon.com/5AliveVP. So remember, guys, in the end, you bought it because you loved it, and that's all that matters. Hey, if you want to keep up with wrestling, be sure to subscribe to 5AliveVP, like it, share it, get it out there. We will be making videos. Always join us on our Wednesday wrestling show, and do not forget, leave some comments. Leave those likes. We want to hear it all. Also, click on these things and this thing. Yeah.